Yeah, we mentioned these outside smokes and sort of how important they are to allow that safe passage, and on top of that as well, not give away too much information. Now, for Anonymo, they have managed to make their way across. They've taken damage in the kind of get-go, but for the time being, all 5 remain alive. That's the important one. They go for that peek over towards stairs. Not going to spot anyone for the time being. Innocent. Here's that leading charge, that spearhead, and well, he will have to fight Glowing up towards rafters.
Glowing on site, very much on site, is the only point of contact. He does have Deco who could rotate in quickly with some help, but Innocent finds the first kill. Glowing is dead. That's going to be ramp control. Well, just the site control outside. A nice kill coming in for Pro Play. They've already pushed forward, getting the bomb plant in, and it's going to be a 4-on-4 retake. Travis finds himself a kill with the MP9. Nice kill secured. They're going to try and gain some map control towards ramp. Close angles against Deco, but gets rushed down. K gets a kill onto Deco, and that's going to be a 2-on-2 with very little HP remaining onto Pult. Nothing he can realistically get done in Anonymo. With the nice creepy crawl all the way through towards Secret to that B bomb site, will manage to secure the force up in their favor.
Yeah, the T side, they turn it around. Of course, in that first round, picking up a bomb plant, regardless the round doesn't go your way, by just getting the bomb down, that makes your economy in a pretty healthy standing, it has to be said. So Anonymo, they use that to an advantage. While they only come in at 1 AK, supported by a couple of Galeos, they make it work. And it's going to be a first one on the board. Anonymo tying things at 1 round apiece. And on the T side, picking up those sort of rounds is massive, right? For the sort of overall momentum. And on top of that, getting the round differential on your side. All tied 1 apiece now. And it's an even game once again.
Deco with the M4 as the only bought up rifle. Well, actually saved up rifle for the 1-win side. The rest on Deagles. Glowing is a very dangerous Deagler though. And so is Travis. Has had some nice kills up on his belt. And Anonymo know exactly that that's the case. They're not going to rush this forward. Play it safe and secure. You don't want to just peek in willy-nilly against those Deagles. Get your head chopped off. Anonymo, they're just holding it very far backwards, playing a defensive game because, well, these are normally the rounds where you just see some CTs rushing through, trying to get lobby control in the first 30 seconds, and could cost you dearly if they come from all different angles like rats scurrying about.
Yeah. I mean, especially with 1-wins buy being so low, right? I mean, just that M4A1S, in that sense, I mean, if you're Anonymo, just an aggressive take. Winning those Angels could be all that's needed. At the same time, Molotov coming forward, that'll push Travis off that angle, and now he's already started to kind of scurry around, trying to reposition, trying to find some safe haven. In comes the flashbangs, caught once again. With Pole to find the opener. Might be able to double up, but Kyler finds a trade. Travis, one of his own. Nearly a second, but it's all-out brawl fest. Yeah, Innocent. Oh, he's going to rip his head off.
Yeah, Pro Play, not a great position to be in. Gets spammed out. Glowing in a 1v1. A bomb in his control. 25 seconds left. Minio is going to crawl in the IGL. Gets dealt with easily by Glowing. We're trading rounds like it means nothing right now because Anonymo lose it against 1 M4 and 4 Deagles.
Yeah, I mean, I guess, rushing onto that A site worked against them. Of course, 1 win, they just shut it down. Very nice round there. Individually from Travis as well, picking up an important Deagle headshot and doing so. Well, that's sort of turned this round on its head. On top of that, they've also picked themselves up a good amount of weapons. You've got an AK coming across to support those FAMAS AUG, that double MP9 setup. Things are looking very good if you are one in this current situation. The long-term economy starts to look comparatively okay.
Well, it's going to be a little bit of a slow move from Anonymo again. Though they do have 2 AKs and a Galil to work with, a Deagle and a CZ for the remaining 2 players. Not much utility, barely anything left. That's going to be one of the AKs dropped. Glowing gets an opening pick, has that ramp control hold, but immediately dealt with afterwards. And outside, Minio just creeps in from the side, but they're getting decimated. towards ramp, and Minio now together with Snacks, the remaining 2 terrorists left in the server. Snacks has to deal with Deco creeping up forward with the AUG, crosses in but doesn't expect the angle, and it's going to be a 1-on-3. Minio did find himself a sweet kill, but Deco finds 3 in return.
Yeah, it's tough if you're Minio in this kind of situation, right? I mean, well, he's going to be immediately deleted by Pole from behind, and in doing so, that's of course going to be 1 win. Winning a 3rd round on the board on the CT side, regaining a relatively strong amount of control now. 1 win, they got a 2-round lead, long-term economy starts to look healthier with weapons being saved across time after time, and well, it isn't the current situation if you're Anonymo. An eco buy about to come out for them with Deck. I mean, he did a stellar job of just deleting them over towards ramp. 3 kills found, and of course, 3 rounds on the board now for 1 win. Odds up on your screen. Isn't Anonymo who are still the slight favourites? But as he said, 1 win looking good.
Definitely, personally, I think 1 win has what it takes to take the series. I mean, I'm a big fan of the Anonymo roster, but God, Deco's such a good opera. And they've been really good. They've had Glowing as a substitute before, and he has been pretty exceptional. I think at that game, he pretty much carried their entire team. Can definitely get it done again, though. Pro Play tries to get aggressive, loses his life, but still finds an MP9 kill before he falls, so that's at least some decent cash added in. They're gonna run around in towards Squeaky, where Travis is gonna be first point of contact. And they cross into him. He finds himself 1, 2, but it's all on Innocent with his own MP9 in hand, getting flagged at the same time. Dealt with easily. 4-1 for 1 win, and Anonymo will at least be able to afford guns right now. But don't really think Innocent's going to drop an op, so we still don't get to see that T-side AWP.
Yeah, that's where he's known best, isn't he? He does love an AWP, and I know they like Bashy bringing out the AWP on that C side. It definitely has its moment. I think at times it can be a bit of a risky buy, but now, no, not really worth going for the risk. If they were going to do it as well, they have to, pick one up, no head armor, which is always extremely risky, especially against, AGs and M4s. Already they're aggressive, take towards outside, 1 win, so much map control and information gained towards outside. Travis is just going to tuck himself in close. K, he's aware, he's waiting.
This is not going to be that fortuitous if 1 win tries to get aggressive, because they're just holding their angles, though Travis could be such a big key factor, especially with Pro Play playing distraction once they crawl forward. Does Anonymo expect the close angles? They haven't run it before on this map. The outside aggressive play from the 1 win side. So it might be a bit of a surprise, but Pro Play wants to go for the peak and play that mentioned distraction. Travis around the corner. Time is of the essence. Will he get checked? No, he does not. He finds it first, peeks and makes it a second. Pushes towards the A-bomb site. At the same time comes out Kalian. Does manage to find both of them. That's the A side empty, but the back is open. And that's Travis rushing through, finding his 3rd in the round all of a sudden. Well, the terrorists will get the bomb down towards the B bomb site and plant it in, but Deco already pushed lobby from a ramp, and that's going to be all onto Snacks. The clutch master himself, 1v3, needs to get it all done, but are they going to give him those 1v1 engagements? Pro Play, he's just waiting for his teammates to cross towards the site and give information on where Snacks is positioned.
Oh, he might be able to net himself a bit of a frag. Oh, he's trying to play this perfectly. He's found Travis. In 1 versus 2, this now becomes extremely doable. Swinging forward, make that another to a prop player. No way. He's made this work. The attack going through. Deco will find the frag, but it won't take away from the fact. Snacks, he's clutched out the round. He's found it. That's Anonymo putting a second on the board. And Truman, in a 1 versus 3, Snacks wins out. That is stunning start from Snacks individually. And as you mentioned, the clutch master finding it.
Yeah, and a 1v3 gets 2, but keeps them at bay long enough to make sure that the bomb explodes, secures the round in their favor. Of course, Snacks, the clutch master from the Anonymo side, the one that you want to have alive when it's in that final situation of the round, manages to get it done. The odds over at Pinnacle do pretty much keep it close the entire time, and I think that's going to be the case for quite some time, because they're going to make it definitely competitive. I mean, you are on the T side of NUKE, so winning 5-6 rounds is enough to give you a solid advantage.
Okay, well now, I mean, for Anonymo, they've sent it down to that secret position. Once again, it seems to be a bit of a default for them, right? Down towards secret, go towards B, go for that B pass or the post pass there, glowing, pushing forward. Catches the first towards Snacks, looks to make it 2 towards Minio, doesn't quite hit the target, but still remains alive for the time being. Now, damage dealt, and again he finds a second. Deco one of his own, which is out by the back 10 of Minio, reload coming forward. 34 points to help, Poplar drops K, it's all onto one man, and Minio. It was like a deer in headlights there as 2 players run across the screen. Of course, it's once again going to be 1 win. This time a significantly more comfortable B-side hold in their favour, right? They've locked it down. Multiple players over there, trades coming forward, and of course, Anonymo struggling to hit the target. That's going to be a 5th on the board for 1 win, a 3-run advantage once again, and well, then just keeping an arm's distance away.
It's going to be, well, that AWP again in hands of Deco, but it's up against just blocks. When the eagle from Minio, that's about it. The bomb gets dropped inside fence, so that's full control already. Deco trying to take a fight, but right now just needs backup from his teammates. Speaking of which, close range, Snacks is going to get jumped upon, pounced down, and it's all on to Innocent in a 1vx situation. Trying to get himself on the bomb, maybe rush it, defend it. Knife! Oh! Tried to go for the backstab knife, but it somehow did not seem to work. That's a rather big surprise. Normally that's almost a surefire way to get a kill.
For a second I thought that was going to work, but now with a 6th on the board, a 4th round lead. No, they are going to call for a tactical timeout. I think this is probably not a bad time to call it. Their economy's in a good enough state where they can, pick up a pretty comfortable buy, start thinking about this next round ahead. But at the same time, they're actually just struggling, right? I mean, they're really struggling to kind of find their way on towards the site, find their way in that post-bomb position, which is where they're most comfortable. We saw earlier, Snacks in the 1 versus 3. They love a post-bomb position because that's where they feel generally most confident. Well, for the time being, it's been, asking a little bit too much, it seems.
Yeah, especially that round that they managed to get themselves close to his B, they just got completely dealt with. Yep, Snacks is a gorgeous, gorgeous human being.
What a man.
We do have a game to watch. And luckily we'll be getting on with it right now. Again, no op for the T side. I mean, of course, NUKE T side opping is not superb, not everyone's forte, but I really want to see Snacks take that duel against Deco to see which of those two will come out on top. And speaking of Deco, creeping up all the way towards Secret, trying to lock down any outside pushes, because you mentioned that they do like to head down towards that Secret position and hit up that B bomb site.
Yeah, it's their default, it seems, that's right. Make the way towards outside, but Deco, he's read into this. He's sort of waiting in his own regard for an opportunity. It's all about timing on this peak here. He's got both things past me. As we said, Deco's got 11 and 3. He's normally the one that's post up towards that round position, in towards heaven though. AUG could spot out something with a deep push coming forward. Proplet's all about timing his peak. Spots okay, finds a damage, drops the bomb as well. That's huge. Kalian now needs to find a trade, gives away his position, and now Proplet remains alive in the current situation, but the trade comes forward.
Oh, and he finds himself a second. The bomb is dropped outside though, so still needs to be recovered, trying to creep up in towards the A bomb site. But in the meantime, it's going to be Travis pushing Squeak because he knows he's being flanked from behind. Picks up that AK and falls back. Kyler versus Glowing. This is all about timing. And Glowing just spot his leg. Kyler gets himself his 3rd of the round, but there is Glowing waiting outside for his opponent to peek into him, and it's all against Snacks in a 1v2 situation. Clutch situation's not going to work in his favor because Glowing is still left alive. 9 kills for the substitute and a 7-2 scoreline for 1 win there. CT side is looking dominant right now.
He's done a fantastic job, Glowing, coming in, right? But as you mentioned, another one, Deco, I kind of spoke about him earlier, but he individually has been brilliant. He's been aggressive when needed most, but at the same time passive when things are slightly risky. We've got still in favour of Anonymo for the time being. I guess understandable, right? They're on that T-side nuke, so I can see why they're still feeling confident in the Polish roster, but for the time being, this is all going the way of 1 win. And with an awkward buy coming up for Anonymo, just the pistols, this could be an 8th on the board, a 6-round lead, and already guaranteeing themselves a lead heading into the second half. I mean, 1 win, we mentioned coming into this, their form recently has been crazy good, and He seems to be proving it here.
Of course, this is the map choice of Anonymo, so I expect them to have a solid performance, though. Yeah, Glowing has done such a great job holding Ram, falling back at the right time. No, they're going to rush towards Hell, and they managed to overwhelm one of the players. The USB in hand, Deco still finds himself a catch, but there's the AWP in Snax' hand, and an AUG for K. They don't have any armor on the terrorist side, though. But it is a 3-on-3, and it's definitely doable with this big, heavy weaponry that they've got included. K trying to push towards the A bomb site, possibly. Maybe get himself a quick pick. There are still 45 seconds left, so they can always adjust either the A or the B bomb site. Depends on if they find something for free. Pro Play very far away to defend any of these two sites, though. But it's Glowing down below, and up top you've got Travis towards Squeak, just checking out Heaven, spotting if anyone's going to peek right through, and they're going to go for that B bomb site hit. Glowing in an off angle, might not be expected, though Cade drops Travis. Kyler drops Glowing. All of a sudden it's all on to Pro Play in a 1v3 situation. Can he win this? It's a very tough one to go for. He's just going to push through the smoke. After he tosses out his own drop to the side, no time left, wins them both, and he just has to stay alive throughout secure.
No way.
Play with a hero play. 1v3, drops the bomb, drops the second, gets out of dodge, and how do they lose that round? Perfectly done from Pro Play on the 1-win side.
That is insane individual. We spoke about, earlier how Snax in a clutch situation, 1 versus 3. He loves an opportunity or Pro Play of his own. That is stellar from him. I mean, what a performance in that round. Finds the opening frag with the player jump down towards Heaven, then repositions a second on towards the man outside A main, and of course, just like that, a 6-round lead, as I mentioned. It's now 1 win. We've already guaranteed themselves a lead heading into the second half. Okay, we'll go down with Snax, finds the trade as Pro Player out of the round, and the Clutch Master beats the Clutch Master of the other side. Now, in a 4-on-3 situation, still the man advantage in favour, with Deco finding an ult shot.
And Glowing on towards that B-bomb, so needs to be careful for Window right now, because there is someone hiding in that area. That's why he's going to push completely differently. And will be able to drop the bomb as well. They know exactly where he was playing from, and the moment he peeks in further, he's actually gonna find Minio as well. It's all on Innocent in a 1vx clutch situation. Of course, this is where Snax is sublime, but can Innocent get it done himself? Creeps past enemy lines, and through the smoke he goes, but doesn't check his angles, and he's already being pushed in from behind. That's 9-2, and 1 win. They are 7 rounds ahead right now, and Anonymo, they're getting absolutely squashed.
Yeah, they're all being dumpstered here. It's just not going their way at all. They're really struggling, Anonymo, and this is a map in which usually Anonymo are relatively comfortable on, right? They, time and time again, kind of show their dominance and show their prowess, especially on that C side. It's credit where credit's due for 1 win, because they're putting up a real fight for the ages here, and Anonymo, I guess in this situation, they're going to call for a timeout once again, but it's a rough one if you're Anonymo. You're 7 rounds behind, no momentum by any means kind of in your favour. Things aren't looking good, to say the absolute least, but 1 win. Credit where credit's due, they're looking fantastic.
That's really absolutely exceptional performance from the 1-win players. Of course, just Deco is an insane opera, and starting on the CT side definitely does help on a map like Nuke. T-op is rather tough. 14 out of 5. Can't talk enough about this guy, though. Deco, can he spot? Well, he does spot out Minio. That nade doesn't go as deep as you would like, but still a decent amount of tag damage onto Minio. In the meantime, you've got Pro Play as well down secret if they are going to go for the outside cross on the Anonymo side. But we haven't seen that many inventive. We have barely even seen any rush plays from the Anonymo team. No, super quick control plays outside. Some individual jumpers that just rush down towards Mini outside, but no collective where they try to rush it down. Deco long range tries to find something, but it's going to be towards the B bomb site where most of the action seems to transpire for the time being, because Pro Play has to deal with 3 terrorists on the other side.
Now, of course, still a 5 versus 5, but the T side are taking the initial sort of points of damage. They're sort of waiting. Wobbler just jump peeking above this. Needs to be careful. When he gains information, then he might fall off. They have just spotted one as well, and I think now pro player will. We're going to close the door behind him. Reposition that close angle. He's waiting for an opportunity to frag. Falls off towards radio. As the support comes through from glowing, this could be a nasty hold here towards double door.
Oh, and he finds them both as well, Neo. It's just everything is going terribly wrong. Neo dealt with, and it's all on a solo innocent 1v5. Well, he could have managed to win the 1v4, so the 1v5 seems impossible, and exactly that. 10-2 and 1 win. They break double digits this early in the first map.
Already, I mean, 1 win we mentioned coming into this. They were definitely a side to be feared, right? And definitely not one to sleep on. It also sort of showing that, you know, glowing coming into this roster, he's a new pickup, I guess you could say, into this lineup. He's been fantastic, individually brilliant. He's playing that sort of solo ramp position, which is at times quite isolated and quite a tough one to hold. I mean, you've got such a big presence on your shoulders, but he's looking fantastic. Now Deco's going to aggress into towards main. Looking to find something with the AWP. No peek through the doors for the time being, as the T-side are looking to make their way towards outside. Their default, a standard, an outside push, and make a decision off that. Boy, his prop player's waiting. Oh no. Oh, it's just too easy for him.
Deals with them easy and successfully. Snacks, however, finds the trade with the P250, but utility is barely existent. No HP on Snacks, pretty much. Yeah, it's a very tough situation unless Innocent hits an absolute godlike opening pick there. Deco could definitely get overwhelmed with that AWP down towards fence. Long range, Kyler, gotta find those clean headshots to get you an advantage. Crawling up vents. Deco, no fear whatsoever to take that duel. And they made it very interesting, but all of a sudden it's on a solo. Kyler and Deco gets the no-scope on the ladder, because, you know, why not? Everything is working out on the one-win side anyway.
Everything is going the way of 1 win. Of course, you know, this map is generally seen as, you know, being more CT-sided. So it's understandable they're 1 winner in the lead, but not by this much. I mean, this is so one-sided. And Anonymo, everything they're trying, they're immediately being completely and utterly just destroyed, denied, and completely dumpstered. There's going to be an 11th on the board, an 11-2 scoreline as well, Truman. This is looking like it could be a quick map number 1.
Deagle, really, Deco, up on his back, runs across back towards main, and he kills him with the Deagle headshot 1-tap. Sure, okay, why not add salt to the wounds? That's, you know, okay, sure. Flaunt your dominance right now, because that's exactly what we're seeing only right now from 1 win. It's pure and utter annihilation for the Anonymo side, and it's... I'm gonna just cough it up to that's that, you know, 1 hour of sleep difference. 100%. They got their DMs in, Anonymo. They got some extra rest.
We said, right? Is there a potential that, you know, 1 win have maybe a slight advantage, you know, being awake for an extra hour, a little bit more DM time, and it seems to be exactly that. Anonymo yet to have their morning coffee. I mean, they're struggling to the absolute least, and a 10-round deficit in the first half, Truman. 10-round deficit. I mean, this has been one of the most one-sided maps we have seen in such a long time. Heading to round number 15. This is a potential for 1 win to make it a 13-2 scoreline, which by then, surely is game, set, match already.
Oh, yeah, this opening map. It just doesn't ever get any easier. Glowing even pushing from ramp. The flag is coming through, and... well, good luck, Kay. You're in a 1vx situation where everyone in your team pretty much has been put in so far. 1:25 seconds left on the clock. He's got 4 kills in total, so, well, that would actually be a very good round if he manages to win it, but all things considered, very tough to get done, because 1 win, they're just feeling it right now. They're awake. They're even finding their aggressive kills, whereas Anonymo, they've completely stopped holding their angles. They haven't stopped to just keep a passive hold on everything anymore. They just have been rushing all over the place in the last couple of rounds, and OneWin abused that fact because that's the point where, you know, nothing seems to be working for the terrorist side, so they let go of every single defensive strat that they have, and they just try to rest the enemy, which some teams, to be fair, old vert just plow, could get done. But
yeah, for sure.
It's against OneWin, their aim is just on point.
It's been completely one-sided so far. I mean, OneWin, they are just destroying them. And it's not even, I mean, to a degree, of course, you know, OneWin, they're outplaying them, they're outmaneuvering them perfectly. But on top of that, I mean, they're 50-50 duels, they're aim duels. It's all going the way of OneWin. And, well, I mean, if you are the Polish side, these aren't quite going your way. They come forward into his heart, though, and that's a lot of damage. Proper finds the opener, but the duelie's trying to find a double. Will he find one? Only one. I mean, comes to support from Unison, and just like that, it's Paul now left in a 1 versus 3.
And Anonymo finally win another gun round in their favor. It is the pistol secured, so at least something. I mean, I've definitely seen 13-2 scorelines on older, well, like a year ago NUKE, where it turned out into a 15-15. It's a very long road ahead, but the plus side is, of course, T-opping isn't as easy as the CT side, so that might be a bit of a factor. But as you said previously, Neo, it's, you know, it's still a deficit that very little teams do manage to come back from. But it starts off nicely with Snacks getting a nice, easy MP9 kill through the smoke.
What a way to start it, right? Pick up that opening shot, and in doing so, a man advantage gained. And when you're OneWin, you've got just a force buy in your favor with Deagles, now 1 scout. Final opening frag, that is monumental. MP9 doubles up from K as he finds Polt. It's a 4 versus 3 situation as, hello, Deco finds K. So now we're in a 3 versus 3, and actually, it's become slightly more doable.
Especially because ramp control is now in the OneWin favor. There's no one to defend that B bomb site currently if they would rush it down. Snacks, Deagle against him, but Pro Play doesn't connect the shots, so Snacks will be able to get away with his life. In the meantime, Deco outside. Here's someone rushing through vents. If he takes down the player on Heaven, that could be everything. Snacks in the meantime. Oh, down to 14 HP, but he gets 3 kills in the round. And Pro Play, one man with a Deagle that has to try and make it work. Definitely does need to try and get that bomb planted at the least, but that might already be a little bit too tough of an order to achieve.
Feels like it's asking maybe just a little bit too much, but I guess, you know, silver linings of your OneWin, it's a really awkward buy for them. So to find, you know, even a couple of frags is, of course, a big positive. If you can get the bomb down, that'd be huge. He's going to get that smoke, trying to get it down. It's huge for economy, getting it down. Oh, he's going to do it. So that's the only positive they needed. We'll go down to a HE at his feet, but he will manage to get that bomb down. So that's the priority, right? When you're coming in with just a deco, that's what you're looking for. And to find that all on its own, that's enough if you're OneWin.
2 kills, bomb plant would mean that on their pie they at least have something very solid, or they could go for a couple of deagles this time around, which they still will have a solid pie when it comes to that point. But nonetheless, the round secured for Anonymo. And they're still looking pretty good. It's going to be a full force up for OneWin, though. 3 Galils, an AK, and, well, the scout in the hands of Deco is pretty much exactly like an AWP. So that shouldn't be too big of a problem, though it is rather surprising that they immediately go for the full force up.
Yeah, I mean, when you get a bomb down, you can allow yourself essentially to pick up a relatively comfortable buy. The FAMAS. Oh no, that's not a good way to start things off.
Well, that scoreline between Deco and Snacks just went from 3-1 to 4-1 in favor of Deco, who's winning those duels between the two sides. Now it's going to be an outside control play by OneWin, but K's on that flank. He's looking for more, but he gets spotted out. Polt's holding the flank of Glowing, and that's a rather surprising hold from the player on top of Mini. So outside, Creeping up, Innocent's going to go for the peak. Spots out pro play, but does he expect the player right around the corner? And that's going to be Deco. The reload comes in. He hears the sound cue, and the push towards the A-bomb site is imminent. It's going to be Kyler that has to deal with the terrorists right now. Does have some backup from Minio, but immediately deleted as well. So low, Kyler, and it seems the force up is looking very likely to take home the round, and that means DK Truman is a terrible analyst because their force up is very successful right now, unless Kyler can go absolutely nutty and lock him down. Does see them crossing through. Travis tagged up, but the Galils win it out against the FAMAS, and that is, again, 10 rounds apart between the two sides.
Yeah, you know, I mentioned, right, when you can pick up a bomb plant, especially when you're coming into that second round force, you haven't won the initial pistol round, so you've only got the Deagles coming out, maybe a scout, which is what they had, right? It's a full force, but with not the best weaponry, so your priority is getting a bomb plant, because by getting a bomb plant, that alone allows you to pick up a couple of AKs, some Galils, and enough, you know, weaponry and firepower to maybe give yourself a chance. It's exactly what One Win did. They prioritized the bomb going down, so they knew it allowed them to get a plant. Get a buy coming into next, and well, they've proved it useful. They've picked up a 14, as you mentioned, and now once again a 10-round advantage. And Anonymo, things are going from bad to worse. One win, they are 2 rounds away from taking map number 1 already.
This time, finally, we do get to see that AWP on Snacks, though. That makes me happy, but it's kind of late in the game where you finally get to see him hopefully perform or miss the shot. Luckily, there is Kate to still find the frag, regardless, hiding behind that one-way smoke. Pro play outside. Kate finds a second kill. One Win players starting to drop a little bit, though. Finally, he does get overwhelmed. Kyler on the A-bomb side finds one, immediately traded out by Glowing. Big props for the sub, and he even deals with Snacks. It's a 2-on-2. Really? Glowing gets that much done. Even checks his flag, does spot out Minio, gets slightly tagged up, but it's going to be Innocent in vents, and trying to retrieve the bomb, which is still towards T-spawn right now, gets picked up. But where is that second CT player? That's the problem. Minio, he pushed in towards lobby, and it's going to be all the way crawling outside. Glowing could head towards that A-bomb site to get the plant in. Pulte has still got a pretty decent lockdown on the site, or so he thinks, because the player event might be a big surprise factor if they go for the plant. Pulte's going to go for the peak, and Minio around the corner does get taken care of. I think Minio had the worst timing there to look away. It's going to be all on Innocent. Another 1vx situation for the Anonymo players to deal with.
Of course, 1 versus 2 now. Bomb planted. Innocent going aggressive, trying to isolate these fights, and he could actually find out Polt. We'll find out Polt. Oh, gets the damage. He doesn't get the frag. Oh, that was ever so close. But, of course, there's going to be 1 win. A 15th on the board. A 11-round advantage in the 1 versus 2 there. It's unfortunate, 3 HP for Glowing.